Frustration as possible. Good morning. We're glad that you're waking up with us this Friday morning here on First News. I'm Donna Pittman.
And I'm Jamie Weiss in for Cody Holyoke. Katie Horner here for Nick Bender with your First Alert forecast. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning. Look at this beautiful sky. We have this. Jamie, look at the traffic.
Yeah, unfortunately, Katie, we do have an accident we're keeping an eye on. This is going to be on the Kansas side of the metro, I-70 eastbound at K7, where you can see in the center of your screen, we've got a vehicle that is straddling that concrete barrier that divides both sides of the interstate. So right now, the left lane of eastbound I-70 is closed. It almost looks like left lane on both sides of the interstate are closed due to this wreck. So no details at the moment about how this happened. Of course, we'll keep you posted as we learn more.
All right. Well, on the roads, also in the air, Memorial Day travel is in full swing.
And if you're headed up to KCI, officials want you to know it's going to be packed. KNBC 9's Rob Hughes is at the airport right now. Rob, how are things looking?
Hi, I'm Rob Hughes, KNBC 9 News.
Thanks, Rob. And we do have a reminder heading into the holiday weekend. The Click It or Ticket campaign is going on right now in Kansas. This is to remind drivers the importance of wearing seat belts. You're going to see more officers out on the roadways. A grant from KDOT will actually help to pay the extra patrols through Sunday, June 4th. A man is charged in a drunk driving crash that killed another man in Platte County. Wesley Teague told sheriff's deputies he had had 2 beers and smoked marijuana before the crash. Platte County prosecutors say the victim was working in his yard along M Highway Tuesday night when Teague's car swerved and overcorrected before hitting and killing him.
The combination of marijuana and alcohol can be incredibly dangerous. I fear that we're going to see many more people killed because people are driving while high.
If convicted, Teague faces 15 years in prison. He's pled not guilty in the case. Sheriff's deputies have not released the name of the victim at this time. KNBC 9 is working to keep you safe from scams, and there's a new one going around that involves someone falsely identifying themselves as a Kansas City police officer. The impersonator will call and tell people that they're facing criminal charges, but they could have their charges dropped with payment through the Cash App or Green Dot cards. Well, don't do that. Just remember, police will never call you to ask you for money. With just 6 days until the government could run out of money, there's still no deal to raise the debt ceiling.
Democrat and Republican leadership say that they are optimistic that they'll find a solution, but they're still in disagreement. And as our Amy Lou reports, lawmakers are getting a head start on the holiday weekend.
Well, There's a new push from city leaders to rename Troost Avenue. Yesterday, the city council approved a resolution that would allow the city manager to gather feedback on the potential renaming. Troost was named after a Kansas City founder and a slave owner. For decades, the street has served as a dividing line, with white people living to the west while black people live to the east. And supporters want to change that. They want to change it to Truth Avenue. The city manager now has 45 days to report on his findings. Time now is 6:08.
Okay, and truth is we have just a beautiful forecast to get us into summer.
I agree.
Okay, appreciate the heads up. Thanks, Katie. In Missouri, expired temporary tax could soon be a thing of the past if a proposed bill passes. The state says it's missing out on almost $60 million in unpaid sales taxes on vehicles. But a new bill would shift that sales tax to be collected by the dealer when you buy a car, not by the state. State troopers say they've seen an increase in expired tags over the last few years.
We're going to try to work with them for a little while, but when it becomes excessive, multiple months on end, even years on end, that's when the citations be an issue.
Well, there's a possibility that Governor Parson could sign this bill before the end of the month.
The Kansas legislative session has come and gone. Plenty of new laws take effect this summer and impact transgender residents. They include restricting bathroom access for trans people and banning transgender athletes from girls and women's sports. It's all part of the push from Republican majority leaders to take down more progressive ideals in the 2023 session. KNBC 9's Cody Holyoke sat down with Kansas Speaker of the House, Republican Dan Hawkins, to get his take on how it all went down this year.
Well, it's an interesting relationship because, we the people are passing a law, and then she gets the opportunity to veto. She vetoed 37 bills. We overrode 11 of them. And quite frankly, the reason why is she just is on a different playing field than we are.
The speaker talks about other Republican successes in this past session, including the bills the legislature did manage to pass despite the governor's veto. Now, you can catch it all on Heart of the Matter, airing Sunday morning at 11 on KNBC.
It's been 3 years since a murder that sparked protests all across the country.
Yeah, hundreds of people gathered in Minneapolis Thursday to mark the anniversary of the death of George Floyd. Hear from his family about the impact they say George's case is still having.
Long 911 wait times are impacting people across Kansas City, including Mayor Quentin Lucas. Next on First News, the new data on KCPD dispatch wait times and how they compare to the industry standard.
Your station leading the way.